No, I'm the king of the lions. I got a sword. Oh yeah? I got a sword too. I just need my arm on to... Oh, you're back. We're gonna use Thundercats for later. Anyway, yeah, so we are now ready to form Voltron. Again, this is the very first time I'm doing this, and I'm doing this on camera, because I'm a musician and we like to improvise. First, we are going to work from the ground up, and I really want to get to that point where I can say, I formed the head. Anyway, first you gotta send the tails inside, which actually looks like is a lot trickier on some of these than on others. I think the best way to do it is to give it a little twist while I'm on the foot, and I kind of got the knack for this. Might as well take care of the blue line as well. It's a little tricky, but I still do appreciate the soft goods foot. Now, you flip up this red piece and put the head out. See where we're going here? And if you have the other Playmates Voltron, the plastic one with the electronics, it's going to be a very similar transformation. You flip the leg in. Wow, these joints are stiff.
That's what he said.
That's my joke, damn it.
Little joke from my beautiful wife, the camera woman. Yeah, these are really taking some effort. You fold up the top, and the legs you fold up, and if I remember correctly, when you fold it down, the back of the foot becomes part of the support on the Voltron. So you always want to make sure you have that as almost like part of the heel, the lion's paw, to help it stand better. Kind of give it a little bit more balance. That was a trick. A lot of people had trouble keeping the previous Playmates Voltron standing in the beginning. And then they've discovered that little piece of information, and it got a lot easier. Kids, make sure you say this is for children 8 and up. Somebody find me an 8-year-old. Let's see. Okay, with the yellow line, you take this piece and move it to the back. I'm really actually excited about this. I can't wait to see this thing transformed. All right, the arms. Again, first you put in the tail. Again, if you have any problem with that tail, twist it a little bit. It goes in a lot easier.
That's what she said.
Another thing that I love about this toy is it transforms identically to the way that Voltron transforms in the cartoon series. They were very, very, very... The detail is very, 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 very good at that. Now, one of the things you notice, both of the front paws are on the same hinge here. And I'll be honest, this is the part that I've been a little nervous about. So, if I get this right, I'm going to be celebrating. Oh yeah. This is definitely... you roll the legs up into this portion. Ooh, I got it! One of the things that I love about what Playmates does with these is the legs and arms roll up into it, so you're not going to have the rolled up arms or paws of the lion on the side. And then you flip out this little piece right here. That's how we know it's a boy lion. The joints are actually so stiff on this that I'm almost a little bit afraid of breaking it. I know that there's just very strong ratchets, which is really good for, when you're in lion mode, keeping it posed. It's a little tricky when you're trying to transform it into, Oh, I forgot to put the tail in. Wait, we got a live one here. There we go, a little bit And there we go, it's in. And again, this front part of the arms is the part I'm always a little nervous about. Alright. Again, it's all on that same post right there. Wrapping the feet up. I'm gonna try to wrap the feet up in advance before I push them in. So you just wrap this up as tight as you possibly can. And as you go to close it in, you squeeze them together. There we go. Yeah, you squeeze them in. Hey, we got it. All right, now transformation of the black line is very similar to, it's just like all the rest of the lines, very similar to the previous Playmates of Voltron. First we fold up the tail, and then we're gonna fold down the legs, get these as straight as possible. And then for the front paws, you open this side hatch right here. Now, actually, the front paw, the black lion transformation has been the same on every black lion that transforms in the history of Voltron. Sometimes it's just a little more finicky than you'd like it to be. But it looks like I got it. I probably should have practiced this before I put the camera on, but I wanted it to be real for you people. Now, you twist this around so that the shoulders of the black lion become the shoulders of Voltron. And I'm just gonna look and see how these pegs are gonna go in to make sure I got the right side facing. Okay, you're gonna notice the pegs on the arms have a little bit of a clip right here. That tells you which direction these shoulders should be going. Now, for everybody that remembers, and the reason why I remember this is because if you've ever seen the Voltron movie Fleet of Doom, Pidge talks about how he is the left hand of Voltron and how he's left-handed, or she's left-handed. So that's always the best way to remember. Yellow and green on the left, and blue and red on the right. Now ready to form Voltron. So first, if it's anything like every other Voltron ever, form feet and legs, which it looks like this is still gotta get straighter. Whew. They put some powerful joints on this thing, I'll give them that. Oh, we're starting for Voltron. Okay, now put the wings up. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any side swing for the wings, so you're kind of limited to how the wings kind of go out, because they really don't. They just kind of go up and down. You could fold them out this way. So this baby's got back. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of a downer. Kind of wish the wings did fold sideways to give you that classic wing look, but it doesn't happen. Now to form the head. I said earlier that it's kind of a bummer that the black lion's ears don't fold in, but if any of you are like me, how many times do you form Voltron and you always forget to fold the ears down? So to the person that's going to leave this formed in Voltron pose, it's not so bad. But we fold the head down, and we see Voltron's head for the first time on this model. I will say it seems to stand pretty well. So we got that going for us. Now, Pidge, time to form your shield. You'll see Green Lion has two different holes. This is for when it's in Lion mode, and this is for when it's in Voltron mode. kind of gives him that really badass Road Warriors shoulder patch or shoulder pad going on. And finally, to form Blazing Sword, let's see if I got this right. Yeah, he's standing pretty well. I mean, we're not really forming Blazing Sword, it's just slide it in the hand. And that seems to be Voltron. Yeah. Again, it's 8 inches tall, which is about 2 inches taller than your typical 6-inch action figure. It's probably about 2 inches shorter than the classic Matchbox Voltron, but it's still kind of got a good play size to it. Playmates, if you're listening, it'd be really nice to get a Robeast in this size, or in the size of the other one you did. Yes, we want to see some Robeasts that are scaled to these transforming Voltrons. As far as articulation goes, he has a knee joint. Ooh, yeah. At least you know this isn't edited. Yeah, so it's those legs don't stick in the strongest. Yeah, he's got a knee joint. Hip joints. Hips sway out a little bit. The arms swing around at the shoulder. There is a little bit of elbow joints, but it's not the most. And one of the tricks that we did on the other Voltron was you were able to bend, you were able to bend this leg over a little bit to give it a little more elbow articulation, but that ain't happening. Oof. It's tricky keeping those legs in. I'm sure there's gonna be a trick to it that I'll figure out at some point, besides super glue. Yeah, so this is our Metal Voltron, Metal Defender. Keeping those legs, those paws out there. Again, like whenever you get a new toy, it's always a little bit tricky to keep it standing. Yeah, I like this. Again, I think at the price point, I wasn't expecting it to be a masterpiece, but I was expecting the legs to stay on. Again, there's probably some trick to this. I'll figure it out. Oh, it just clicked. So let's hope that that's gonna keep it there. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a masterpiece. I'm still expecting a toy, and I think that's what we got. So so for that, I'm very happy for this. Now, as you see the, now she's standing. There we go, or he. Voltron doesn't necessarily have to be he. So that's our Voltron. Now for some size comparisons. I'm gonna bring out the Playmates original Legendary Defender with all the sounds and noises and whatnot. To me, I will say this is probably one of my favorite toys that I own because of all the playability and just the size. I'm gonna turn the volume off for the rest of this review. Okay, as you see, this is significantly taller. 16 inches, 8 inches. It's actually twice the size. But this is all plastic, and where it lacks the diecast, it does have the electronics. Again, this is more for the nostalgia of the people that had the Panache Place Voltron with the action figures that went inside in the cockpits, and it has the noises and it talks to you when you're transforming Voltron, and that's very cool. This is more for the nostalgia of the people that had the die-cast Matchbox Voltron as a kid. So that is how he matches up with that. We're gonna match him up with the Toynami Masterpiece Voltron. Now, again, I don't have my Matchbox with me, but the Matchbox is pretty similar in size to this. It's almost identical. It's a little wider, because again, they try to make this more articulated. Closer in scale, absolutely. This one's a little more articulation because you could actually hold the sword with both right and left hand at the same time. But again, this is a $150 Voltron, and this is a $70 Voltron. So again, we're talking about costs. It's and this is also, you transform this, you put it on a shelf, and you admire it. This one is made for retransforming, playing with the lions. Again, more for kids. It's a toy, you know. This is the Trendmasters 5-inch Voltron. Again, now we finally got him taller than somebody, right? Playmates Lion shooting Voltron, which is in the 5-inch scale as well. So, yeah, that's a lot of Voltron. Can you tell I'm a fan? So, like I said, it's kind of falls in between all of these. But these two don't transform, this does. None of these have die-cast, this one does. You can get the Toynami with die-cast. I had the plastic one, that's the one I got. I kind of wish there was a little more articulation in the wings. I gotta figure out how to keep that yellow lion foot on without falling off. And I kind of wish the ears collapsed on the black lion. And I kind of wish there was a little more elbow articulation. It seems like in every other Voltron, the red and the green lion had that joint. It was a little bit extra articulation for the lion, but that extra articulation was for elbow joints. This is the exact opposite, because it doesn't look like the elbows work very well when it's in Voltron mode. But you have the extra articulation for the red and green lion. And it could use a little more paint, but I'll be honest, I'm not totally disappointed. I actually think the paint's actually pretty good. I mean, everything could use a little bit more paint, let's be honest. So those are the negatives. The positives, as long as the yellow lion stays on his leg, it seems to be pretty durable. And where it's shorter, it literally weighs almost as much as this. This, you know, the Metal Voltron is just a tad lighter than the 16-inch tall Legendary Voltron. And it is significantly heavier than the plastic Toynami. I mean, between the two of these, all right, it's still a little bit heavier. Maybe not significant. I didn't weigh these before we started the video. So yeah, there's a lot of heft to this. Seems to be pretty durable. As a kid, you could kind of carry it around and fly it around the room. I am Voltron. Let's see if we can do the standing on one leg. No, but no, nothing's perfect. And again, having been a classic Voltron fan my entire life, it's really nice to feel that die cast in my hand again. That's kind of one of the selling points, and it's for $70. It's a pretty awesome toy. That's pretty much all I got to say. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. League of Extraordinary Frontmen podcast. I am Anarchy with Anarchy's Toy Reviews, and let's go Voltron. Thank you very much for watching. Alright, first of all, I gotta tell you, whatever happens, don't go around any girls with tattoos when you're at school.
Is that a bad thing, Daddy?
Yes, they're always nothing but trouble. I wouldn't lie to you.
Oh, come on, I'm sure you're lying.
I'm not lying.
You got 5 lions on you. Of course you're lying.
I'm not lying.